Emma.
And I'm Avery, and we are so excited about Christmas.
Yes, it is finally December and we are pumped.
Yes, and I think that the best way to start off today would be with a Christmas game.
I think so too. Let's do it.
Everybody, on your feet! Because it's time to play What Is It? Christmas Edition! The exciting game show where we answer the important question, what is it? You can make your choice by either sitting or standing, depending on which answer you think is correct. We've got 6 exciting rounds planned for you today, so let's get this Christmas party started with round number 1 of What Is It? Oh, I have no idea what this could be, but if you think it's a reindeer tail, then stand up, or take a seat if you think it's a nutcracker. All right, let's find out what is it? It's a nutcracker! If you chose reindeer, I will not accept that answer. Oh, sometimes I crack myself up. Anyway, looks like it's time for round 2. Go ahead and stand up if you think this is hot chocolate. But take a seat if you think this is a tiny elf shoe. That's it! Time to find out, what is it? It's hot chocolate! Wow, good thing nobody tried to put their foot in that. Let's see what we've got for round number 3.
That's hard.
This one is a little trickier. Stand if you think this is a gingerbread man. Or sit if you think this is a gingerbread house. Time's up! Let's find out. What is it? It's a gingerbread house. Well done if you got that right. We're halfway through and these rounds are gonna keep getting tougher. See if you can keep up. What do you think? Is this a candy cane or a pair of Christmas pajamas? All right, it's time to find out. What is it? It's Christmas pajamas and a baby. He looks as surprised as I was. I really thought the answer was going to be candy canes. Okay, anyway, on to round 5. Stand up if you think this is a Christmas cookie, and sit down if you think it's a dog in a Christmas costume. Time is up! What is it? It's a dog in a Christmas costume! Actually, 2 dogs. Wow, they really had that one zoomed in, didn't they? All right, it's time for our final round. Ooh, stand up if you think this is a Christmas present. And take a seat if you think it's 2 snowmen playing tennis. Time is up! What is it? It's a Christmas present! Oh, congratulations to everyone who had a perfect game! Thank you all for playing! I wish I could give each of you a prize, but the only thing our budget would allow me to offer you is a hearty Merry Christmas!
Wow, I just had so much fun.
That was a lot of fun. I didn't get them all right, but that's okay. It was
that's
still a
okay.
good time.
I am definitely ready to Yada now. Yada means to know God and to be known by Him.
When we know God, we can't help but Yada. Yada means to praise God.
Yada yada, my friends!
All right, I think it's about time we check out what's happening in the club today.
Bye!
last box of Christmas presents. How are you, son?
Doing well, Pop. Thanks. Oh, no, I'm good. Thanks, Dad.
Okay.
Tree's pretty well put together, so I think we just need some decorations here.
Well, I'll take a look in this box of decorations. Wait, this isn't decorations, Grandpa. They're photo albums.
Oh.
Photo albums?
Yeah, it's just a bunch of pictures. We'll see if there's anything good. Maybe there's some pictures of Dad. Super embarrassing from when he was a kid.
Hey, now, I thought you two were going to help me decorate this tree.
Just a second, Dad. I'm on a mission here. Well, these are good.
I don't see anything good. I just see a bunch of dudes with bad haircuts.
Whoa. Dad, is that you?
Never mind those pictures, kids.
Oh, yeah, that'd be your dad. That was when your dad and Uncle Carl were in the youth band together.
What? Dad and Uncle Carl? They were in a band? Dad, you were in a band?
Oh, sure. Now you can stop the game, boy. I was in a band. We didn't start the band, but we joined the band when we joined the youth group.
What? You went to youth group?
Well, of
Like,
course
I
went
go to youth group?
Yeah, of course. Me and Uncle Carl both.
Well, no, I just mean like youth groups were invented back
Hey,
then.
boy, I'm not
old.
that old. Come on, guy, picking on your old man here. Of course they were invented back then. What do you know about youth groups?
I'm glad you two are getting a kick out of this. I'm sure there's more fun things you can find in those boxes, though.
Well, now listen, I'll tell you a little bit about youth group. Grandma and Grandpa didn't become Christians until Uncle Carl and I were in high school. So we didn't exactly have the luxury of things like Veggie Tales and Sunday school. Life was a little bit hard for us growing up. I mean, things just were a little bit more dark. But once we got to church with Grandma and Grandpa, that's when we found Jesus, and life started to turn around. I said we found Jesus, and life started to turn around.
Oh,
You listening?
that's a great story, Dad.
Thanks, son.
Wow.
You mean like Jesus from church?
How many Jesuses do you know, boy? Of course Jesus from church. Now listen. Circumstances didn't get any better once we got to know Jesus. But I'll tell you, they're a lot easier to deal with them. It's kind of like this tree. See how dark it is? It needs some light. That's what it's like when you get to know Jesus. Your circumstances might not always change, but I'll tell you, it gets a lot easier to deal with. You got more people to talk to, more people that are willing to listen, and you got Jesus' love that you know is not going to fail you.
That's
like
true.
your kids when you need help putting up Christmas decorations.
That's true. Well, I guess we should actually look for the Christmas lights to help Dad put them on the tree. Then it'll be less dark.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna finish my game.
No, you don't need to play the game.
Ah,
But-
you're right. Fine.
Let's go, kid. You can help me reach the top.
I don't know if I can reach that high. I might need some help, Dad.
Yeah, you better start aiming high, kid. Don't let your mother see that mess.
Darkness. Nobody really likes the dark. Nobody really likes sleeping in a room when the nightlight's not working. Nobody likes when they have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and the house seems too quiet and too dark. Nobody likes when the power goes out. That's why people work so hard to make electricity, and that's why we have light switches. That's why we have flashlights on our smartphones. That's why almost all kids and teenagers seem to have either string lights or colorful LED lights in their room. We crave the light and we despise the darkness. We crave the light because it points us to the true light, Jesus. In John chapter 1, verses 1 through 14, it says, "In the beginning, the Word already existed. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. He existed in the beginning with God. God created everything through him, and nothing was created except through him. The Word gave life to everything that was created, and his life brought light to everyone. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness can never extinguish it. God sent a man, John the Baptist, to tell about the light so that everyone might believe because of his testimony. John himself was not the light. He was simply a witness to tell about the light. The one who is the true light, who gives light to everyone, was coming into the world. He came into the very world he created, but the world didn't recognize him. He came to his own people, and even they rejected him. But to all who would believe in him, he gave the right to become children of God. They are reborn, not with a physical birth resulting from human passions or plans, but a birth that comes from God. So the Word became human and made his home among us. He was full of unfailing love and faithfulness. And we have seen his glory, the glory of the Father's one and only Son. That, my friends, is Jesus. When Jesus was born, God's people were stuck under the rule of the Roman Empire. They were not treated well, and the world felt great darkness. But Jesus brought hope and light. John the Baptist, who is Jesus' cousin, was sent to prepare the way for Jesus. His job was to point every single person to his cousin. Pretty cool responsibility, eh? When Jesus came to earth, he gave people hope. He brightened up the darkness that God's people were living in. He gave people a chance at a new life, and he gave people a chance at freedom. Sometimes in the world, today even, it's hard to see Jesus' light. Things on the news may seem yucky. You might hear grown-ups talking about things that don't make sense to you. Even at school, you might see someone get picked on and wonder, why in the world is this happening? That's not fair, or that's not right. And when you feel that way, take a second to pray about what's happening and remember that Jesus brightens even the darkest situations.
A long time ago, there lived a man named Zechariah. He was a priest. He was married to Elizabeth.
They both loved and obeyed God. But Zechariah and Elizabeth couldn't have children, and now they were very old.
One day, Zechariah was chosen to do a special job in God's temple. He had to go into a special part of the temple and burn some spices. The spices would make God's temple smell beautiful.
While Zechariah was burning the spices, the angel Gabriel appeared. Zechariah was afraid, but Gabriel had good news.
Zechariah, don't be afraid. You and Elizabeth will have a son. Your son will get the world ready to meet God. You are to call your son John.
Zechariah did not believe what the angel had said. He asked, "How can this happen? My wife and I are too old to have a baby." The angel Gabriel said,
God sent me to tell you this good news. So now, until the day the baby is born, you will not speak, because you do not believe God's message.
Finally, Zechariah came out of God's temple, and to everyone's surprise, he could not speak. Elizabeth had a baby boy, just as the angel had said. And when it came time to give the baby his name, the people wanted to name him Zechariah after his father.
But Elizabeth said his name would be John. The people were confused. No one in their family had been named John. Zechariah then picked up a writing tablet and wrote the word John. And as soon as he wrote the word John, Zechariah could speak.
Zechariah did not speak one word until he named his son John, just as the angel had said.
with that. So, Dad, this is legit. You and Uncle Carl were in a band?
We didn't start the band, but yeah, we were a part of it. It was a youth group band.
You went to youth group? Just like I go to youth group?
Believe it or not, Jackie boy, I was once your age.
No, I just meant like, were youth groups invented back then?
Hey, now, I'm not that old. My youth group was really amazing for me because I didn't grow up in church. Grandma and Grandpa didn't become Christians until Uncle Carl and I were in high school. So we didn't grow up going to Sunday school or any of those kinds of things. No Veggie Tales either. I tried it out. Uncle Carl joined, coming along with me. See that? I was really thankful to have found this group. Really turned my life around.
The band turned your life around?
Not the band, silly goose. It was Jesus.
Like, Jesus from church?
Boy, how many Jesuses do you know? Of course, Jesus from church. He changed me. My life wasn't super easy as a kid, so things just kind of felt a little dark. Well, this should be the last box of Christmas presents.
Not presents. Decorations.
Wait, I gotta ditch my gun anyway.
Oh, Santa!